One of the strongest supports, right?
Surge, charge. Spirit Breaker also had... Surge, charge. Spirit Breaker also had... Aces here, quite literally.
Yeah, definitely. Luna is also very fast. And then we have Bara and Darks here. Kunkka on mid, like just a stable mid pickup, I think. There aren't... Like, who can you pick against him? Maybe old... No. Right, so they go for Jug. I guess this is gonna be like some Jug safe lane, and then they're gonna put Brew versus Kunkka mid. And Brew versus... Right? Is it? No? It's Jesse Brew. Yeah, Jesse. So, I mean, you can do that. Why not? It should work.
Very old stuff, isn't it?
Definitely. Super old
was in the offlane.
Oh, that set on Sand King. Look at them. Amazing. Look at those horns and everything. Ready. Ready to burst.
Certainly a kingly set. The old pincers, horns, tail. Very impressive indeed. Has yet to pick him.
5 seconds remaining.
You only see the normal set.
It's gonna be FNG on Spirit Breaker, by the way, so it's gonna be one of those. I mean, Beaver and FNG, they sometimes play 4, sometimes 5. They change it up a little bit. It's not like FNG is 5 in this team. Beaver plays that as well a lot, so it can be that Bara that's 4 or 5, it doesn't matter. But I really think this hero, if you buy him, like basically, if you manage to get Power Thread sticks and 2 bracers on support or whatever Bara term, you're almost unkillable. It's ridiculous. Like, let's say you just charged in, you have what, like 15 seconds of downtime on that charge. There's no way they kill you early on in the game if you have those items in those 15 seconds and then you charge out again. It's 12 seconds actually of downtime even.
Do you want to go for threads though, or do you rather have the face boot?
On Bara? I mean, I guess you can. You're right, I guess you can go for phase boost. You get armor as well, and that extra movement speed is, yeah, 10%.
It seems like an item made for Spirit Breaker, like any of these melee heroes that want to get these on-hit effects, so the attack speed is helpful. Strength as well, so you don't get a lot of armor otherwise. That's helpful.
Yeah. And you still have the phase, right? You still get the phase from phase boost, so...
All of this is fueling up your bash damage.
Definitely good.
Right, of course extra stats from the beds are always helpful. To offset,
yeah. I just saw some crazy Bara that was so tanky we couldn't kill him as 5. Because of that. Anyway, they send the Darks here top. Versus the Bruit, versus the Sand King and Lichek.
You have done a great
does make sense.
Don't have a bit of an advantage here against the Dark. And now an early ward here to their own. Yeah.
Thought that Bara-Turm and Darkseer are coming, and when you are playing Bara plus Darkseer, you're
done a great service.
The battle begins.
With, but also charge is not that bad either, not at all. Charge is also really nice, level 1. It can get you out of trouble, it can also get you in the position at the right times.
Depends on for what kind of situation you're in.
I'm wondering, like this tri-lane, it can go either way. They didn't buy any sticks so far, so Anscan, he might start with Shadow Poison here. He could, I mean. Lich started with a Frost Blast. I'm very interested in how this lane is gonna go, because I don't know, I just think Lich is so strong. I think Radiant might even have an edge here. With the spin, with all these nukes, while on the other side you have Luna with Lunar's Blessing, but if you're not trading hits, like, it doesn't really benefit you too hard.
If you're out of position, I can certainly see this kind of combo very, very powerful on the Radiant side. So once they hit level 2, so you have Soul from Frost Blast, an extra from Frost Shield. Hanskin sets up with spin, Juggernaut just walks in, starts to spin around.
Yeah, it could definitely work.
Spin ball slows, so no running away from that. If you maybe Spiritback again. But...
Yeah, especially Beaver, like he has to be very careful. He already has boots though, so basically if you are Frost, you want to get to that side shop and get those boots and Quelling Blade as soon as possible. But so far they're pressuring them just enough that no one can even go there. I can see Frost wanting to go to the shop, but...
Maybe what he's all is up top leaves us with a Darkseer solo up against the melee hero who he sets a cosmic finale to try and help out. It should be fairly farm heavy lane either way, right?
Yeah, I don't think that Darkseer should actually suffer at all in this lane. I think he might even have a small edge because he can farm the lane and then go and farm the jungle as well. Something that Sand King was able to do before, but I mean, he can as well, but not as fast as Darkseer. So...
It's gonna shackle to the sandstorm, but rather long cooldown in the early. Take a while.
Exactly, so I think Darkseer might have a small edge here. I just think that it's easier for him. However, what about the Drone Moon Knights?
Then Snow comes through Skinner though. Is he fast enough? This combo, very, very powerful. I'm gonna try to give him the next movement speed from the X-Well, but the first not being drawn by Frost.
This lane is just hard for them, in my opinion. Yeah, you're going 3-on-3 and you have a ranged carry, but it doesn't matter. They have 2 ranged supports and their combination of spells is just much stronger, in my opinion. Like, the only way this Luna survives is if Bara or Beaver on Grimstroke are dying. These two have to be kind of in front. They have to be fighting them. They have to be creating, like, space, brawling them all the time so that Luna can farm. Because the moment they get on top of Luna, she's dead.
So we'll realize it goes from a bit of a pull there. Next, some more creep. No, doesn't really want to go in there. This Cosmic Finale's prepped up. A lot of damage being done.
Has to be careful there. So what I expected Hestejo to be doing, it's actually Jonathan Fan that did it.
Creeps there. Mid, Chassis. Nice, still gets the Arcane Rune. And try to torrent, try to axe attack.
He tried everything, but it just doesn't work versus this little panda. Still gets it on time. Maybe it was that drunken haste. However, bottom lane again.
Combos trying to get out, but
I think he sacks this lane. Yeah, you have to switch up lanes or something, but the problem is your Luna is only level 2. If you switch lanes, if you go top, you're gonna be playing versus a level 5 Sand King with Ring of Terras.
Yeah.
not really the heart, yeah.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Oh, bottom lane? They might get Shadow Demon at least.
Get rid of it, so...
That's a nice pickup.
No throwing Grimstrokes if all your utility available.
Just
have the 5-minute
run.
Yeah, that's really good actually. Oh, but he's porting Imps. They have to be careful. There is spin in 2 seconds.
Shot
guess
comes
Lara
in
is just
first
gonna
row to kill the rune, and now at the D.
Look at how tanky that is. Look at that. Look at that. What is that? What are you doing, ASRock? What is that, man? 900 HP mid level 2?
4 armor though, there's a charge going in mid. He actually went on 9. He's on level 5, doesn't have gold to work with. Coming through his pilot team. Top charge. What a support here, and well, Bunker's also relatively tanky. It's you better be damn sure that you can finish him off if you're gonna die.
Yeah, but because of that, this Luna can't really approach the lane bottom anymore. So you have basically sacked bottom lane completely. Favor of Radiant, like TFT, there's just gonna Frost is just gonna be farming here. It's gonna be one happy camper, while Luna is forced to go jungle, which isn't really great. The thing is, though, I actually expected them. Look, I can completely understand why they rotated mid. They really needed to get that counter kill there, but at the same time, I can see them staying bottom now and actually not losing it as hard, because what you can do is, now that your Grimstroke is level 3, you can use Phantom's Embrace on Frost before he spins. So while Luna is disrupted in that combination, maybe she can run out, you know, by the time he kills the Phantom Embrace. But they're just sacking her. They're just saying, yeah, go to the jungle, we're gonna go mid.
That's a big negative. If you can make these combos work here, Silence comes in on Jesse instead. Try to wind up that ultimate. Charge equal the Silence, but a little bit too much.
Yeah, that was pretty well played. They can't really kill him without Phantom's Embrace, and Phantom's Embrace in this game is actually... Is it their only silence? Yeah, it is. So this spell, which isn't really the best silence in the game, is the best silence that they've got. And they're maxing it out. Like, Grimstroke is actually getting more levels in it. And I can definitely understand why. It's the only way they kill Jug, and it's the only way they kill Brew. There's no other... Like, unless Brew dies when he's level 5. There's also that.
Breaker just bashes him a million times. Charge, you all lucky right things. There's one coming in, Frost. Also spin immediately, they can rip the healing ward. SG just leaping out. No cares in the world.
Yeah, 1000 HP, doesn't care, man. Easy game for him. He actually didn't buy boots, he went straight for an urn, which is fine. I mean, I like boots earlier than an urn, but an urn is also super. That raindrop, circlet, it all beefs you up a little bit in the laning state. You become even worse when it comes to your HP.
Start fueling up that urn.
Under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Need to get some more kills with that, but so far they haven't had too much. That 1-0-2 Spirit Breaker. That's without the Doxy actually helping him out.
Yeah, it's gonna be much more interesting later on with the Darkseer combinations. Oh, Beaver.
Again, Frost going for the spin early.
I mean, I actually think Soul Catcher would be a good idea here, but on like Hands going for 1-1-1 build. Oh, Jesse.
Looking hard, FNG is fine. I got it. Unit to charge. Good, so Jesse just runs him down.
Why didn't he charge top though? He didn't have a unit, I guess.
I'm not seeing.
He has mid as well. Interesting. Did you see, by the way, how Bara charges when he's slowed though? Like when you slow him, you can surge him, so he charges super fast. But you can also slow him down, so he charges like nothing. Basically, he's charging, but he's moving slower than he would if he walked. You know, it's so bad.
Like the Ember Spirit random.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Charging fast, 86. Way too defensive. Pretty tanky already anyway. But Hood of Defiance, talk about the Spirit Breaker. This guy's sitting similar amount of armor with the hood and 1340 armor.
Yeah,
but again, he's level 9, so...
Era. He might be the one to fall.
A bit deep, but it's a little too cross field. It will need some help here, and he's gonna get it. Go FNZ. Both coming in to help out.
Also gives the urn to Luna. Better. I'm actually surprised by the build skitter. I was looking at Munas that were basically doing one into Lucent Beam and then maxing out Moonglaves and Lunar Blessing. And I expected him to do the same, considering how poorly his laning stage went. Oh, split was forced mid.
It's kind of the normal covering build, right? Both of you coming. Lucent Beam can't really use that, can't spam that out to help.
The amount of farm that you get with 1-3-3 or 1-2-2-3 build is ridiculous. You just farm so much faster. It's really strong. I mean, you basically get bonus primary attribute, right? You get your agi up, and you also get the speed in which you farm, so with the glaives. So it's really good.
More move speeds, more attack. Everything. Well, maybe it was a mistake, who knows? It does double the damage. There are invasions in the jungle like before. You can have or you can support the jungle a little bit more. Sunskin. It's sort of defensive grace. Defensive disruption instantly gets bashed on right here. The pressing the right buttons.
Yeah, the thing is, after the laning stage is done, if you have maxed out Lucent Beam or 2 levels, whichever, maybe you can use that Eclipse, but he hasn't really leveled it, so yeah, this is a little bit weird that he went for 2 levels, but it's fine, whatever. They do get that Shadow Demon on bottom lane, and the Iron Shells are real, man. Look at them, they're just looking. They're just searching for kills.
Really cool as
no one is responding bottom because they think that they might be around bottom, so they can't really approach the Kunkka.
You see them with the Observer Ward? Relatively fresh, but might have caught this rotation.
Yeah, that's true. They can still farm like this though, and they're not wasting their time. This is like one of the reasons why Bara plus Darkseer is so good. Basically you Iron Shell the Bara with the Stout Shield, and he can, on level 1, he can farm the big camp, it doesn't matter. Like, he's tanky enough.
Bit of damage done from both sides, but with the catapult bottom and top, yeah, looks like that die could just a slightly better trade in some depth.
Yeah, and because of that, because of this rotation on top, Kunkka needed to leave bottom as he didn't see the rotation from Radiant. And Radiant actually, they remained top, so...
I think you got a glimpse of Jonas. I know that they're still around here.
Luna instantly runs back.
That's full recovery mode. The Skidder is not a hero for a while.
Invisibility!
It's fine, he's gonna get his, like... I'm not certain, he went for the Mask of Madness. I've seen people actually skip it, go for Dragonlance and Manta, but this works as well, definitely. Mask of Madness is great on this hero, and you can later on change it into different items to include that Satanic and Butterfly.
You think in the meantime they can leverage a little bit more? I mean, find himself in this room now too, and he's hunting for kills. Sees Era. In. Although as needed here, Can they keep doing this here to buy the space that they need, or does Final Tribe have some?
I don't think Final Tribe has a real solution for that. They didn't have it up until now, at least, because Brew has got that dagger, and with that dagger he can jump in and maybe fight them. He also has the ulti of cooldown. You remember, like, they couldn't fight because Panda's ulti was baited on mid by that boat, and Panda's ult, it's like 140 seconds, while boat is what? 60? Yeah, 60 level 1. So you basically get 2 minutes to work whatever you want.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You can't anymore, however, you have to be careful.
Running around as 4 in the Radiant side jungle, and little do they know that a lot of this movement is still scouted out as a forward. Fortunately, because it gives Final Tribe all the information that they need to be safe and be as efficient as they can be on the map. Taunt here, they try and defend this tower, but he's out against it.
Tier 1 is there. They move back. They're moving towards the top bounties. So it's gonna be 2 above, 2 each.
For my coffers.
They are pinging out Luna, but he should port out too. He knows what's up. He knows exactly where they are. By elimination, right? They have wards on the bottom lane. Everyone is on the bottom and no one is around, so you just move away and continue farming their jungle now. Yeah, it's the Dragonlance build that she's going for. Yeah, just pumps you up a little bit, makes you tankier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under.
Because every time you do that, that Panda becomes, well, not completely useless, but like he's not as strong, though, not nearly as strong in the upcoming team fights.
Yeah.
And now you can collapse on this tier 1. They ward behind it. Actually, Bara is porting back, so maybe they won't, but he can charge in. Yeah, she's good.
Just fun keeping up. There's still a few creeps, lots of catapults that you have to account for. You don't want to take unnecessary free damage.
So the FNG is gonna defend that, but the rest of his team, they just might still go mid. I don't know how smart that is though. They should know that Bara is not there. Because of that, they might fight them.
Bring it down as much as you can for now with the frost shield on the tower. Not a big lift available, so a couple of Vikings here. A good formation. They close to each other. FNG just threatening the charge. Sure that they can build the tower off maybe. And I just feel like this is a situation that at some point just now teams are just farming. Luna's catching up like a bad laning stage. The ultimate on the courier actually. That's
quite enough damage to actually bring it down. Yeah, and that's a long cooldown as well. 100 seconds. They'll hit him. Feels bad, man. Frost is, however, hiding, forced to hide on the bottom lane as he has no port just yet. Does see them, most of them at least, all with that ward, but get out. They can fight. The moment Jug is level 12, I think that's when you're looking for creation to explode completely. Level 12 is already there on Brew, so that's his level 2 ultimate, and you just need that level 2. Oh, maybe it's gonna be even earlier.
Being gone on his as well, damage to this counterplay, double silence coming in, they're both right on top of them here with the Chain Frost, trying to salvage this here with so many units to tank it up here, and it's gonna be secondary casualty. They just got jebaited, didn't they?
They just got wrecked. that's what happened. And
oh look, there's a free kill on FNG. Yeah, guess what? He's still super tanky, and there's a Grimstroke and everybody else who counted this out, and don't straight into rush it afterwards.
That's interesting. I expected them to go for a bit, but this is really good. This is really good. I was thinking they might not have the amount of damage necessary, but they most certainly definitely do.
Not the fastest roach I've ever seen.
It's fast enough considering it's 18 minutes in, and they don't have any heroes that are like minus armor and stuff, right? What they do have is...
either, so even if you wanted to, you couldn't contest without Brewmaster going in first. It doesn't end up. It's an Omni-Slash.
Yeah, and because of that, because of the fact that he tanked Omni-Slash, he's gonna be up in 20 seconds. He might just opt to go top tier 1 or mid tier 2.
So this kind of pays his favorite team spirit, though, doesn't it? I mean, you have the Luna, who's been catching up quite nicely with this inbuilt farming utility.
I mean, I agree with you, but at the same time, you can't neglect TFT's draft at all. Like, there's Frost with Battle Fury. Like, he's gonna farm just as fast. Later on, you have Shadow Demon with Disruption to basically disrupt Luna and make her destroy her own team. And honestly, like, I can see it going either way. I really would not take... you can't take this Juggernaut lightly. Like, he's gonna be doing a lot later on. This hero is not the same Jug that he was in Cell 19, so...
It's so much better with the ultimate now.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are
fortified. There it is. Look at this movement speed. Ball of control onto Chassis with the boat coming in, the silence.
That's just ridiculous.
Big old hammer smashing into his face.
It's just the Team Spirit's show. The way Team Spirit plays and the way they execute is just so fast for many of these teams that are on their level or maybe slightly lower.
I'm also fine with that
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Again, this is looking all that good. Nine also just finish up the damage. Really a lot of damage, probably a lot of control, and I don't try to just let him get away with it because they were already retreating.
Like, they're just doing all the right rotations, connecting with just as many people as they need, just as many heroes as they need to take these kills. And, like, as you said, while that's happening, Luna is just free farming. You're creating actually so much space. Now another smoke and they go in. Glitch this time.
Follow-up stuff as well. It's not just the silence slowed down. Taking enough damage here, another switch forward into the bash.
How that bash after switch, yeah.
Not more than 17.
The charge again.
849 movement speed. There's a couple of bashes here instead of Juggernaut. There is another ultimate available, so I'm not sure if they do this. Also spin instead with Jesse dropping the ultimate here, but now they refocus on the hard skip with Frost. It's running out a little bit. The control comes in from the bash, from the torrent. First strike, trying to repair the situation. It's good as well as Aegis. He's the only one who's low. But what they're gonna do too much is to click down the freaking Bruling. And don't even wait for him to go into his normal form, but even another set of combos onto the Sand King. Juggernaut fought back into this, but it was too late to try and salvage the situation. It just went from bad to worse in a blink of an eye.
That's actually exactly what you said. That buyback completely wasted, and now they're gonna crush your high ground. I mean, do you have split? You don't have epicenter. You do have this pesky little shield that's gonna mess with you.
Stack it with the glyph though.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Basically, you definitely wanna use the glyph afterwards because they're not gonna hit the tower while the shield is up.
Damage while the matches coming in, but urging out, Chain Frost, Delta Split, let's go. He takes the last bounce, both on top of their retreat. Everyone's back up, so they don't want to, they don't feel the need.
Yeah, they did manage to defend. Luna took way too much damage there, even though you have Aegis, you don't really want to waste it like that, so overall...
Left though, so who would come with it? Yeah. The tier 3 of the pick.
But the problem is, if you die there, you don't have your ultis, and maybe they follow up with something else, and then you die afterwards too, because Luna did not have BKB, so that's kind of problematic. Usually, if you are wasting that Aegis, you want to have BKB afterwards ready, but in any way, I can still see this going either way, honestly. It's definitely very difficult for TFT, don't get me wrong. Team Spirit is just, the pace in which they play this game is just ridiculous, and it's not only this match, it's every match they play. I don't think there is any tier 2 team that can match them when it comes to that. Like, you have to bait them somehow, you have to be ready, you have to anticipate what they're gonna do in order to win against them. If you don't, they're just getting pick-offs left, right and center, they're just rolling all over you. Their wards, like this, what they just circled on the minimap, their wards are always on spot. FNG is always putting the right ones so that he can see the enemy team, so that he can make the proper calls, because information is everything. And
speaking of FNG, he went for the flats.
Yeah, I see this a lot actually. I see this a lot on heroes in the new patch. I guess Vlad's is a bit better, is it? Oh no.
Really changed it all that much, but they've like with the Aquila taken away, it's one of these few items that still gives you an armor aura. Or something. They also have the mechanism already on the Dark Seer to get with the Time Inside. So you're stacking up all of these aura items.
Yeah,
that this early on in the game, with the Luna on the field as well, like there's so much that helps you with these kinds of things.
It basically reminds me of the old school Dota, like old school, not really old school, but let's say 2 years ago, people were everyone was buying Crimsons, Vlads. You just had to have an item of that sort Python someone, Crimson someone, blasting someone, and charging someone.
Charge on to Hans again, trying to take away the Shadow Demons to come make illusion. There it is, the Mules. 200, that's a tornado from Jesse, but damage fallout here. Frost didn't come back in time. He didn't also continue the push, so there's no counterplay here. Another charge from FNG, just slashes down another one. Next pull on his last now. Now he is down, but he's just standing his ground. The bolt coming through to help them out. All the damage will fall.
No buyback
Not
on
gonna be
him.
enough against that, and now Frost just gets chonked down. They know it's not even gonna come back.
Radiant's top tower.
He bought back earlier, so
Radiant's top
I mean,
tower.
this is just a matter of time, but as I said, Team Spirit, they're not wasting any of it. They see, hey, we're strong enough, we have all of these alright, we have our BKB, we have the initiative just charging in super fast. I mean, who needs Link there, I guess, right?
Yeah, the only saving grace for TFT right now is the fact that they have a tier 2 on mid. Because of that, yeah. Oh, they won't have it for much longer.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
45 seconds on the sideline.
Let's find a way to fight without him.
See that? See that speed?
It's just
Radiant's middle
ridiculous.
tower is under attack.
Utterly ridiculous. I think if you're Shadow Demon, you need to find a way to disrupt Lowland so you get those illusion stuff for your team.
Constructing me in, Chain Frost. Another boat available. More tankiness here. They're eating, who's tanking? 9 stopping low. Jesse trying to pitch him up, just get searched out. No problems whatsoever. And Jesse, well, BKB is not gonna last forever, so he cannot stay in the front lines. 25 seconds as well be an eternity here on the ultimate.
Radiant's middle barracks
They claim a
has fallen.
second so rack before they finally say, alright, maybe it's time.
Yeah, they can just go back now. Rosh shouldn't be... Actually, Rosh is up in a matter of seconds, so... GG. Yeah,
Okay.
it's GG as well. I mean, I can understand them. They definitely... Their chances of winning this game really slim. They were just... Let's say, it's not like they were super outplayed because they were positioning themselves poorly or something like that. It's just that they played versus Bara and Darkseer, and it was so easy for Team Spirit to in that last game, what he had an urn and that's it. But he was. It helped him out. It helped him out. This brew, however, like they really like it, and I like the hero. I think he is really strong right now, but at the same time, didn't really work out that well last game.
Still the brewmaster, right? No matter how many changes he got to his other spells, how much more useful he is, because of he's in the mid game, he's still the brewmaster. You need to make use of that split aggressively, pretty much every single time. Cooldown, and if that gets forced out, if that just fizzles out one way or the other, then you're just missing out on a whole lot of impact.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, next thing you know, you find yourself in a position where
5 seconds remaining.
you maybe have few assists, but no real big kills, no real big fights going your way that lead to powers. Have control of this project.
Now they go for Kunkka again. So this is pretty much copy-paste of the last draft that Team Spirit has had. The only difference is the Phoenix, right? However, I don't think they're gonna put Brew versus Kunkka. Actually, like, who else do they put if they don't put Brew? That's the problem. I think
10 seconds remaining.
they just might do that again. Juggernaut, however, is also a hero from the last game. Also played by the Final Tribe. Didn't work the last match, but I can see it working this game. It's not really the hero is strong. And in this game, he's actually really good because you can spin out of X, and you can also deal with the Phoenix's egg fairly decently. Like, you can spin to kill the egg.
What about a Huskar made against Kunkka? Or you have the Oracle on the field, you also have extra attacks for the plate.
And they could definitely, with that Oracle, it's definitely. So Necro became like this, I don't know, the hero that was picked the most in the last few months, maybe even last year.
10 seconds remaining.
I haven't really seen him in 7.2 at all. No, I didn't see anyone play him that much. It should be like decent for him on the mid lane versus Kunkka. He shouldn't really struggle a lot.
Dire team ban.
That's a good pick.
The thing about certainly not been high of caliber, maybe most because of heroes have been, a lot of other heroes have been buffed and proposed. Nerf just a little bit here with the heal now being Aura. Together with your Q.
Yep.
A little bit more.
But it's basically what it was a long time ago, right? That's
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, like long time ago. I think that's how Necro worked, or was it in his second spell? I'm not certain, but whatever. I'm certain he didn't have them. Still not great now, as you have to get that aura as soon as possible. Overall, what do they need? Last picks. Final Tribe, they need some support. They ban out the TB, alright? What could they use versus these guys? They need some 4, I suppose. Unless this brew is 4, which I sincerely doubt it, they need something that helps out. Jonathan fan supporting him, I suppose. While Era is gonna go with his buddy boy Frost on the safe lane and Chessie mid. I like their draft a bit better now. I think they have ways of dealing with the egg. I think they have ways of dealing with Surge and that shell from Darkseer. But still, it can be problematic for them. If their laning stage goes well, I guess they can take it. But if it doesn't, I can see them really being picked off the same way they were in that last match. So. Especially if FNG gets an early vessel, because he rushed.
Than was before, I think, because if you're ahead with an ultimate, you just go
it's definitely
crazy.
Intense. That's the right way to put it.
Yeah,
it just goes crazy, intense mode, and hits anything and everyone.
So basically, it's more polarized. Like if you're ahead, if you get the right items at the right forward, then the ball gets rolling faster and quicker than before, I would say. But if you're behind, it's just as bad.
You're a trusty mate.
Pretty kind of.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Otherwise, it would be a bit awkward.
We have a 4-man rotation on the bottom lane, actually.
30 seconds to battle.
4 of the boys, but look at them, like Troll and Phoenix just positioned so well. Can you actually wrap around? Yeah, you can, I suppose. You could smoke up and arguably wrap around the stairs completely to the bottom.
Got a glimpse of what's going on, Skinner? Slow down, Frost ready with the spin. If you want to do some damage, being slow from through. Huge spies now, but with the body rocks together, Skinner is not can be long for the world. First blood being drawn.
I expected Beaver to go and try to steal that bounty rune. Like he could have, but instead he was just hitting Era. Unfortunately, but I guess Era would have ran for the bounty if Phoenix did the same, so... And...
God. The end of the world, but of course, not for the mountain. Always like that.
Troll is gonna run top actually now. They don't want to tri-lane versus tri-lane this time around.
Changes though. Will's making his way down bottom. They're only now arriving. Still the first creep though. That is something that Beaver's happy about. It's already level 2.
So wait, this is gonna be like a position 3 Doom 100%, right? That's the way it looks, and Hansken is gonna be the 4th Brewmaster. Alright.
Creeps right now. That's
so the Brew plus Juggernaut lane. I mean, Darkseer shouldn't really have problems here, as he has rotated down to bottom. Should be super fine. Jug does not suffer too hard versus Darkseer, but the same can be said other way around. Like Darkseer can just push and pull and stack it, but has it been... Actually, it has been blocked by them, so they have blocked their own camp, which isn't really great. Darkseer definitely wants to be farming that one as well, so they crippled him a little bit, but yeah.
Still better than them deal with the orc. will
Of course.
make sure that Dragonaut will have to spend some Blade Furying, try and get away or use the...
Of course, you pretty much cannot lane versus Oracle in this game. If you're Darkseer, you just don't want to do that. It's way too problematic. You have to outplay him way too much, and it's hard to outplay someone that just needs to use one spell on you, and you don't have your Iron Shell any longer. So, yeah.
Let's talk about this a little bit. He's having some issues right now up against Necrophalt, but he's going to get some help from him. Running
yeah, but
in, passes the Salve on the way, I think.
At the same time, Oracle is coming from behind, so you have to be careful. Actually, Oracle should be careful. He's quite weak.
Walk past the spells. He's trying to bait out his phone. This is 7 deep. We're really deep. Oh, the self cancel. So that's the right idea. He's being healed up a little bit. There's a Purge finally coming in. Last strike lead, not enough.
He's not gonna die.
Helping him rather than...
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that coming. 100%. He's just way too tanky to kill with level 1 Purifying Flames. Purifying Flames is a great hero, but if you miss it once and he heals up a little bit, like Vara is a hero that is just gonna read up. You're not gonna get him.
Popping right now, you're just trying to be wherever he can. Walk in, could do some damage, but... Devouring
the bashes.
Net bash. That's the crazy part, right? Troll Waller can build a basher now, so if you get far ahead, you can get this attack speed going even with the ultimate. There's no way to run away from that, because you get net
scan, bottom lane, Nightfall actually.
Right now, X is back. He's also there with a bit of a stun. Dropping Jesse. Same story for him.
Beaver as well on the bottom lane should fall. And now on top lane, Skitter is having problems too. He should be fine.
Charge. G just going.
He has haste this time around, so...
Not anymore.
Burst out. Yeah, everything burst out. But this Oracle is definitely looking to be just a brilliant idea that they needed, definitely. After that first game, Oracle just deals with so many issues that they've had. And I really like the pickup.
Seconds, charge across and close it down.
FNG there with a good charge through, so that Skitter can just run out before he gets hit by Infernal Blade. Now Skitter is gonna go for that bounty run as well.
That Fiber, you got for the bottom. Arrow just uses Q.
Yeah, there's absolutely no damage there. From the Bara alone, without the Iron Shell. Once he has the Iron Shell, it becomes possible, but he's not really playing with Darkseer on the lane, so he can't really rely on that. This Kunkka is suffering quite hard, as you said, on mid. He's 10 CS behind. It's not the end of the world, but...
I think he wants to sweep it.
So 2 bracers basically and power treads on Kunkka, it's just... It makes you so tanky in the laning that he cannot die, that's all. You're unkillable.
Knife going in, but I'm able to tanky now with the bow. Omar right is going through from Chessie, but we've also already made the rotation. Big charges know nothing but a few heals from the death pulse and shot. Now Era dashed up, with a couple of extra fire spirits, and of course...
Unkillable, man, I told you, this Kunkka does not die. You don't go for the Kunkka kill.
Kunkka doesn't die, him. Breaker doesn't die. You die instead. These hands are walking in with a DD rune. Cancel the
yeah, they can kill him actually here.
Oh, he's long shot, so...
Oh, that...
Radiant's middle tower.
Cleave. Yeah, he's actually dead here. Especially with Hessenjo coming in. Alright, guys.
Everyone gather around for that sweet bonus gold.
You get an assist. You get an assist.
Everyone gets an assist. Like, you know what we haven't talked about, like this dome, he also went for 2 bracers. He has that dome, but there aren't many heroes that are Doom-worthy on the side of Team Spirit, let's call it that way. Like, you can Doom the Troll or the Kunkka, right? But it's not like you're gonna... It's not like you're Dooming an Invoker. And there's a Doom on the Troll.
Somehow coming Beaver trying to slow them down, but I think it's enough damage. This is the last hit.
Yeah.
Not to over deny and now to charge. Also revenge with another TP through. It'll be a long TP there from Aster, but it's gonna get that time to extra fast. Too long for the world.
So they get the counter kill. Also Doom has been used. On the mid lane there's a bolt usage, but it's not really gonna do a lot. Top lane, they might dive them actually.
What this arm was Burberg as well. Era blocked off. Trying to injure the beast. Was denied. Era more bashes here. Only slash over on Beaver. Look at the attack speed slow on him. Barely slashed the Phoenix.
Yeah, it slashed him like 3 times and that's it. They do take down Barat from though on the other side, but that only slash I was like, what's happening? Is he hitting some what? Just 3 times actually, that was ridiculous.
We've all been talking about how that's been a lot. Also a bit for nerf if you have attack speed slow about it. Like we talked about the same kind of thing with this Burberg and charge. Last game. Right now he's coming in here with a couple of right clicks from through. Still stop that from Doom, slow them down. Looks like he's gonna give his own life a pause. A little bit of short Doom though. Kind of dropping low himself, trying to bring it down. Hansi in his low position to take advantage of it. Yeah, he realizes that play gets bashed in FK and FNG. He's the real carry, 3, 1, and 4.
Yeah, FNG just doing so much again. I'm surprised that he went for boost this game, by the way, as he didn't last in the last one. I expected him to go for the earn, especially versus Necro Oracle, but Era in problems.
Helping out, Era. EP dead.
This is just reminding me of that last game. It's so reminiscent, like, right? Like that last game, it was very similar, but it started happening a bit later. But in this game, Team Spirit has had a good early game, and now they can already start just rolling all over them with this Bara and Darkseer. And also Chessie, while all that was happening on the top lane, he died solo to 9. 9 actually managed to get a solo kill on the Necrophos.
We're talking about getting crazy. Yes, both, but I believe there's plenty of health things.
Oh, that was good.
Committing, but now the side turnaround on FNG. Chessie very much alive. Beaver 2T.
No, I'm just still amazed by that torrent. I don't know if you noticed. He X'd the Necro spot, but he torrented a bit further away. So he brought him back earlier, and Necro just walked into the torrent. It was a nice play. It didn't amount to nothing. Like they didn't get anything after that, but it was nice.
9 is a pretty damn good player.
Yeah, definitely is.
No doubt about. There's no doubt.
One of the upcoming new players, definitely.
Breed of German Dota. Actually, not awful.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Charge in this time, FNG.
He should be careful. This 9 friend of yours actually is. He's really deep.
There's only 2 more heroes accepting him. 4th one is falling to keep his away. Told you, he's fine.
German Dota, lol. What did we say about him? Upcoming tier 1 player dives tier 2.
I mean, he wanted to go back to base, and now he's going to be back at base in 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's it. He was planning that.
Long SCP, it was all planned.
It was all planned, yeah. Understandable.
It's great. 4 people needed to bring him down. This time around, though, they don't have this Luna that has an easy. They're a little bit behind in the network department.
Yeah, it's a different type of a hero as well. You want to be farming, right? But at the same time, Jug, he opted to go for a different build too. It's not like Jug is going for that build from the last game in which he goes for Battle Fury. He's going for Yasha first, so both of these cores are and should be ready to fight very early on. Now the thing is, you're gonna have this Darkseer with Mac very soon, so you're gonna have a bit more utility on the side of Team Spirit. While on the other side, Necro is building into a whale, right? Very aggressive, and Jonasson fan is building into phase boots and bracers, so no utility whatsoever from him. Drums, he's gonna have drums, so there's that.
That's something.
Yeah, it is. Some drums.
Although, I mean, both teams gonna slow down. Way holding on to the towers. All relatively close.
Yeah, so it's just Brew also ports out from top, so he's not gonna mess around there. He has his level 6, but he decides to bail the tower. And actually, we do see the Arxy rotating bottom, so they might try and defend this, but yeah, most likely not. Just do shells to maybe delay them a little bit, and he moves back. I'm surprised he didn't.
Probably a lot more than they let on down bottom lane. It's high 5-man lineup. No one's defending mid, no one's defending top, no one's on the jungle. So. Yeah,
you see these wards in their jungle. They see everything. Oh, Dire is actually scanning Roshan. Yeah, the troll can do it fairly easily now. Like, much easier than before, I suppose. Early on, at least, in the early levels.
That lifesteal possibility, but he's putting on pressure on his tier 2 while they were working away at tier 1.
When it comes to that turn, is Phoenix the one that bought it? So that's the reason why Bara does not have it. So the Phoenix is also the one defending bottom right now, but he's being surrounded so hard.
They're all trying for the TP, the chest comes in just in time to drive, so that's another big ultimate on cooldown, I guess. Ivo's holding on to his Supernova there.
And also the tier 2 is taken off.
Yeah, this is so much time being spent resources, and now 9 is there with one on top and all sweeping in. One by one, the Doom comes through onto the bunker, so no one spells from him, but he's still doing quick error here. This is trying via chest, get isolated in front, he pops his ultimate now, starts to click away at Jonasson farm, and he gets that kill, transfers over, a couple of boots on the Juggernaut. Meanwhile in the back, 9 is back from his Dooms, casts a few more spells, unable to keep him alive though. It's a 2-for-1 trade for the time being. Gira still running around, trying to catch up with Frost, FNG looking for the bashes, maybe bash Hanskin down. Chessing down there. That's a bash as a supernova. Perfectly placed here in the middle of that. And Hanskin. Oh, you see out just in time.
Man, I expected Phoenix to buy back at the start of this fight, by the way. First and foremost, he had it, he couldn't bot back and just planted the attack instantly at the start, but it didn't matter, they still want to fight 4 versus 5. Doom and Jug, while we were watching the left side, Doom and Jug were trying to deal with the troll, and I was like, alright, this troll is getting low, I don't see him really, like, he was on 10% HP, he popped that ulti, he destroyed them. Yeah. Like, it's like that crazy guy at the bar, you know, when you gang up on him, it's like 3 of you, and you try and just.
I wouldn't like know, but
yeah, you try. Listen. So basically, it's 3 of you, and he's alone, and you think like he's a bit chubby, like a bit big, but you can handle him. It's 3 of you, and then he goes into this crazy aggressive mode, starts. I don't know, tearing down his clothes, hitting you. You don't know what happened. You know that's what troll is. That's what troll is.
Much bigger and green skin and whatnot.
Yeah, he's basically a Hulk. This ultimate is basically Hulk mode for him.
Hulk mode. All right. I'll patent that.
Yeah. Radiant structures are fortified.
Certainly with the lifesteal, the ability to not die properly is pretty great. I get played up against. Leech command at one. Yeah, you get some help from Era, the wall comes down. The back mid, so he's going to be able to do enough damage, perhaps? Not sure, that's no feels. Maybe afterwards though with follow-up charge. Someone else coming in to try and help him. Finds a scythe though, gets an extra kill. Heals are coming in, but last strike is nice.
You never kill Necro if he's Oracle ulted. It just doesn't happen. It happens maybe if they use Vessel after his ulted, but besides that, never. Necro just always survives. There's too much region.
Keep it in here, move minutes here. This is Supernova on the Troll Warlord, but there's no real fallout damage. They can't fight on the Supernova Frost, gets stunned up. They'll probably have to deal with this Earth Punch. He's going to normal form any second. Tries to go for the blink now, but doesn't have a blink. He just has to walk. But now instead he's gonna make an X into the boat. Next couple of heals here. Skitter is back at it again. He slows down Jonas Palm. Another X just out the right away. Pops Mask and Madness instead. 2 years down for price of not a lot.
Yeah, Jug ported in. Jug ported in, but he didn't have the ulti. He didn't have mana for the ult. Only now does he have it. And also, the problem for Jug this game is, can you actually ult troll and kill him? Like, isn't he just gonna use battle trance at the end and just survive?
How do I do that? It's a long time, 6.5 seconds.
Yeah, so that's also a big issue for you.
Yeah, I played it up against Lead Commander. Didn't realize what it was about. So I got duels. I had no health points, but still won the duel in the end.
But wait, it's not passive. If you get dueled, you still have to...
You have to click it in time. If you do, then...
Yeah. But he dueled you when you were in the ulti, is that what you're saying?
I saw it coming with Invis. It's like I'm actually like one of the few good plays that they make every once in a while. You blinked on me, I pressed the ult just in time.
Radiant are scanning.
Still lost the game because
this
a few other crucial moments I didn't get to press the button. That's beside the point.
This Roche though.
It's a pretty good
this Roche though is falling. Can they deal with this? They are trying to contest it, but
coming in,
this wall.
See in the front. Some help there from Era. Well, there's no way go across and come from. Now they have the full force and Supernova in good positioning. The deal barrel, they can cross. He's in the middle, but yeah, they decide to go. Otherwise, it's gonna. Yeah, he's not dying. Look at this. Only now as it expires, uses the Aegis for fights. With 3 heroes down. You know how they got this much damage done. They clean up. Let's get dropping.
Yeah, FNG did buyback there as well, but TFT they lose 3 cores and it's definitely not good for them, as this troll, he's a maniac, he's a mad maniac, and he's going down mid now. He's most likely gonna take this tier 2 as well now. He has like what, 20 seconds to do so? Or he's... yeah, he's gonna go for that. There's absolutely no reason for him not to. And look at that attack speed, look at that. Peak performance troll. Overall though, it's problematic. Teams always find themselves in these situations in which they want to contest the rush, but they understand that they can't really and that they're not in position. And that's usually when the other team is doing their stuff and their play is way too fast. That's usually when it happens. Bottom lane though, FNG is being chased down by Jonas sometime, but no, nothing's gonna happen here. So basically, if you are fast enough with your execution, if you're fast enough to go to that pit, even without the smoke, it's much harder for them to react, right? It's much harder for them to position themselves properly. And then they bought so much time to that roll to take down the Aegis, to take down Roche, like with the wall in perfect position, with the egg in really good position too. Oh, they are smoked up though.
Not ready. Very unfortunate here. Now the equipment exactly what's going on. They decide to take a fight with charge from now. That will be stopped. They realize now, wait a second. All of them right now. That was going to have Skitter up there. He's going to be doomed up. Supernova here. Chassis is being controlled up by Aster on that, but it's going to be done just on the edge. Zombie starts coming.
Oh, FNG God!
FNG! What a hero! Keeping Skitter alive, and being lifted up into the air. So let's see ultimate to keep him safe. There's a bolt combo after the Axel one chassis. Man, is Cypher. It's not going to do it. He's just clicking. He's life stealing, and there's the web. There's the instead. Juggernaut still being kept alive by Era. All the constant heals. So they need to actually kill more of these heroes. That's another little move. Finally finished the job, but full of damage output here. They realize they don't have any. 9 also probably blow after both fired away, and
Is that
enough?
Definitely not, especially when you're in front and you feel that you are actually in control of the game. I think maybe they were a little bit too eager to fight there. Maybe they should have waited for them on the high ground instead of rushing in. But the troll had invis and he thought that he's gonna perma-bash the Oracle and take him down before Oracle manages to use any of his spells. And unfortunately for him, that's not what happened. Oracle managed to save himself, and disarmed the troll, and then troll ate the doom, and then he has to run. And FNG though with that charge through the Omni Slash, troll takes the Omni Slash on himself so the troll can live a bit further, a bit longer. I mean, that was really great. That looked funky, that looked awesome, but it didn't really help them too much because the troll dies in the end too.
The damage output really. In the web, but a few heals from the Oracle make sure that cannot stay alive. We have just. I mean, there was also the Oracle W.
Yeah, Oracle is basically like saving them a lot. That's why he tried to kill him first. I think basically what they have to do is charge the Oracle and just control him with Bara. It's not really that hard, considering they have Surge. There should be no way for that Oracle to stop that or see that coming, so just charge him with the Surge. If you see him though, that's the big issue. You need to have good vision, and right now they have none. Like, their wards are very bad.
Frost on bottom, so that's a charge. Effective control. Doom coming through. Over the Dark Seals. You're going to help in. This is going to come down. What is that? Also, that one's doing a lot of damage with it here. Frost lifted up the FNG. First one to fall again. So one of those stuns up everybody. Skitter coming back. Presses the ultimate now. Perfect timing once again. The side completely wasted. Yes, Jesse. Gets brought down. Disarmed. Now with that ultimate coming in from Era 9. Finally decides, alright, enough is enough. We're gonna end up dying, but look at the stack speed, look at tons of webs, and this time he pops. Finds the TV out, only just in time.
Yeah, the thing is, this fight, I think it started really well for TFT, but they just didn't have the damage there in the end. Even with all that Omni Slash damage, it just wasn't enough. That tag was in good position, they didn't deal with it on time. And then the Phoenix can reset, uses all his spells again. Well,
expecting Frost to try and deal with that, I think his spin also ran out, so...
Yeah, and the problem was, for Team Spirit, the problem was honestly...
Yeah. It's charged up. Spinning again.
Oh, this is a Surge charge. Oh,
no! You see that bulldozer? Frost is dead!
Now Oracle is in trouble too.
He transferred over to Oracle here with the ultimate, but... Why dive in that far? At least they should. They don't have creeps, they don't have anything. Jazzy T begins to farm. Kind of low, so... They're not too crazy, but damn, a kill like this? Now Frost dying twice, one after the other. He's... far behind, you're just slightly but now, but...
Yeah, just slightly, but he's going behind both of these cores, right? Both the Troll and the Kunkka are ahead, so it is problematic, because when you think about it, he is their main damage output, right? This Jug. He needs to be in front, he needs to be... This is basically a 4 protect 1 on the side of TFT, while on the side of Spirit you have the Troll, you have the Kunkka, you have the Phoenix with magical damage, and the Vessel that contributes so much. On the side of TFT, you have Oracle that saves the Jug, and that's it. You don't really... Necro is fine, yeah, but he doesn't have that Radiance. Panda, like, this is a support Panda. He doesn't really dish out a lot of damage either.
Well...
Can't you hit anything?
He was the one with the... Like last game here, a little bit more and more. We're taking the reins. Stumbled a little bit in these earlier team fights. That last one, they did well, didn't really lose too much. Frost up.
Yeah, they... I mean, that last fight was perfect.
Split up. Jesse's all alone in front lines.
It's basically you're worried that Oracle is right next to him. You don't have vision, so you have this one ward on the high ground that doesn't really give you a lot. It doesn't show a lot. Because of that, you're gonna most likely just chill, wait for the rush. After rush is respawned, it should be in 10 seconds. Yeah, so you either take a good fight around the pit, or you try to get the pick off first. So.
Goes this area. They get lucky, they have a short respawn, but that's too much.
There it is, the smoke.
Immediately.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them. But it's much easier to control these high grounds right now. If you are Team Spirit, you're playing in their jungle and you control this area, and it's like if you are TFT, you have to smoke around and go to Radiant's uphill high ground around a bit. You can't just run uphill here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Actually got the Torrent over on Chessie, follow-up charge here onto Newbee, so trying to burn Panskin down first, trying to get build up, but there it is. Error comes through with his own false promise. Chessie, as a result, pretty damn low. Supernova trying to help them out. The stun will only reach the Earth Panda. Really gonna be enough, so a lot of spells committed here. And FNG is not there, tanking on that once again. And this time actually taking over the rest of the team, still has a 9 to follow. Another Torrent. Time to run out of spells now. Both teams, I guess. Oh, what?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Dying there. I have no idea. ASRock got that kill, and now new win. FNG with another surge charge forward. Just tears down Chessie on the way. Now Eurofan, where's the bat? Come on, where's the bat? There's Nex. Instead, so they'll also do it one way or the other. Buyback though from both Chessie and the Panda here. They want to take this fight, but there's finally the bat coming through. Cross with the spin, but Panda comes from round 9 with no PKB. Beaver has been tied to that side, so let's get the opportunity to dive away and join this orderly retreat. As Team Spirit sneak back though. FNG with another charge across after the vacuum. Another Thresh bolt coming through. And Juggernaut, he's down for the count as well. 52 seconds. Chessie, he bought back for this here. If he dies again, then he very well might. But they have nothing left here for this Ghost Shout. It's most often returning. They just keep going back and forth though. FNG keeps finding these charges. The counter initiate, but now finding 9 days bit up a bit more. He's out of targeting his way. The victory here, or DC tried, but now Skitter searched away as Root is canceling the DP plan. So this is healthy. Oh, just yet to get the.
Yeah, this is really good for TFT because they can go into the pit right now, and they're gonna force Kunkka to buy back most likely. The rest of Team Spirit, yeah, they're close enough. So they're gonna try and delay it a little bit. Yeah.
They made up for their own buyback.
There's Shivas on Phoenix, and like he can just dive through them and use Diego on the other side. It's or right there actually.
In front, that also works. Skitter's there to protect him. And go for the auto attack on the way. FNG also in charge across, perfectly done. He's gonna look at this. Look at this freaking damage. Look at this lifesteal over on this ultimate Juggernaut. He should end up dropping here. Probably just before the ultimate comes with him. He gets it off. So it's gonna be a lot of damage here at least before he dies. 9 as a result of this, so they cannot continue this particular.
Yeah, that's a dieback actually.
FNG also ends up dropping.
Yeah, that's actually a huge win for TFT. Yeah, like that's a dieback from Kunkka, like, and they can't fight right now. There's no ulti or troll. I mean, Phoenix can still delay it. Phoenix is great at Rush Pit, as you can see right here, but he can't delay it for a full minute. I think he cannot at least, but with Darks here perhaps.
Vacuum, there's a wall. He looted, so he messed up completely. Now he's doomed. A lot of damage being done by Beaver, but there's only so much he can do. Now finally Side brings him down. 2 more heroes.
Wow.
Did they throw this king?
I believe they have, yeah. These mistakes, you don't really expect them happening from a tier 1 team, honestly. I mean, Team Spirit, I honestly consider them to be there. Maybe not just team, but very soon. I mean, it happens. It's just a mistake, and it's the vector, I suppose, that messed with him, right? Darkseer's ulti has changed a little bit the way you spawn the wall, the way you build the wall.
Oh god.
It's a bit different than before.
At least Skitter got all 4 bounty runes.
Yeah, that's true.
Still ahead, technically. Hartman is back yet. Fear. What do you think about that? I mean, I guess it's
versus Doom versus Reaper sites. It's good. They don't have versus Omni Slash as well. What can they deal with it? Like they have spells from Oracle to deal with it, and that's it. They don't really have any targetable spells on other heroes, so it's a value pick up this game, definitely. It is
the entire Omni Slash now, or
no. Just the first, right? As always. But yeah, overall they don't have ways of dealing with the Lincoln, so I value it. It's not like it's one of the items that I really dislike overall in the game, but in this match I can really see it working well.
It certainly helps out bit of extra mana regen, it's like a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, there's the ultimate orb as well, right? With some buffs you up a little bit. I'd rather see him having a Skadi though, but whatever, it's fine.
It's like he needs more damage. Crit stick. Crit right now. That'll be good.
There's gonna be a crit on Kunkka as well. He actually started with a Demon Edge instead of small crit. So he's gonna be building into that Daedalus like in the last match. But honestly, it's anybody's game right now. After that Roche, they have ways of dealing with them. There's Crimson on Doom, there's Halberd on Doom, there's a lot of utility on him, is what I'm trying to say. Phoenix.
Got them out again.
He doesn't know about Necro and Doom though. There's Radiance on Necro by the way, and overall they're getting there. They're getting all the items that they need. Oh, Phoenix. He needs to do this, yeah. Oh, can he do it? Port now? Now he needs to start the channeling.
He's doing it now. He's all the way off to the left side, FNG. Actually, will be interrupted here. Top side. What was their cooldown? Charge DB?
I think... No, it isn't. As much as I know it isn't. You can do that, but...
Maybe try to TFT after boot.
Yeah, he got purged, so... I don't know.
Well, I mean...
doesn't really work that way. The purges now cancel it, the roots cancel ports, most of these roots cancel TPs, so you can't really just TP out. But as you can see, it looks like TFT is in control, but they still have to respect the team fight coming from Team Spirit. You have to respect the Darks here, the Phoenix with Shivas.
There's so many ways to attack the Supernova, and once that goes off...
Phoenix? He's gonna be doomed here.
Just got high ground, but it was mistaken. Gonna buy him more than enough time. Take it away, but the Supernova got to help him out just a little bit.
That's really good. That move was wasted now. And after Bara is up, you can take this fight. You can take the uphill fight. Yeah, you're playing versus Aegis Cheese, but there's no good.
Then 9, that was a self-act versus spacing. Delay this damage just a little bit. So I'll play this out with long-range artillery. And there's Cooper coming in, Supernova in a pretty good spot here. No forcing back and Waller is slowing down his next for so much. Stun does connect here thanks to the extra X. Still need to try and find a way to damage him through all of this heal coming through. All follows hasn't even been used yet on Oracle, so...
They aren't really managing to use their Darks here with the wall really well, are they? Like, in some portions of this game it was really fantastic, like on mid when they caught, I believe it was Necro +1 or something in that wall, plus the boat combination. But very often it just fails.
Janske now. Might as well catch, get out and this part of the map at the time.
Yeah, it's not too often in Panda though. It's your position 4 Panda, so it's not the end of the world. Also, he had his ulti off cooldown, but he is dead for 80 more seconds, so they might take a proper fight because of that.
Does the tie becoming back though? There's a window waiting by gold.
Yeah, in 5 seconds he's gonna have it. Yeah. So overall, Juggernaut could finish that Butterfly right now if he wanted to, but then he wouldn't have buyback, which isn't really great. He's also getting it back in 30 seconds.
Well, reconnecting anything. Chip damage to the tower, alright.
Yeah, but he lost like half of his HP, so it's not really great, but considering the Brew is dead, they aren't gonna chase, so it makes sense. Considering...
like steal, so you can speed up.
After the Brew is up though, it changes again. I think TFT should be the ones on the prowl. They should be the ones hunting and not just hiding in their base. That Brew actually does a lot. Once he splits as a position 4 Brew, he just keeps one of these players of Team Spirit in the air. He just cyclones them time after time again. If you cyclone someone like Hesta Joe, like, they don't really have team fight. They have the egg, but they don't really have the follow-up necessary.
Really want to egg the vacuum wall and the bolt coming in.
Yeah, that,
in place.
They really have a sick combo if they manage to properly play. But so far they've had problems. They did do it a couple of times, but in the last 10 minutes it's been very problematic for them.
Dire's top tower.
So much defensive utility as well. A lot of the regions certainly coming Oracle.
Double damage.
It was him also supposed to be turning out to be more and more of an issue down. At least without committing super hard on it, which opens them up.
I mean, if you
it is trying it again on Phoenix Frost, starting to walk in, doesn't work with once again though the boat just enough. He goes for the spin instead, trying to keep up. But eventually he should be able to find this kill on Beaver. He's making too much more than his
yeah, he's with that boat buff. He's just so tanky. It's ridiculous. And the Doom is down now for 120, while the Phoenix is down for 60 seconds. You know, so again, it's like, yeah, you get the Phoenix, a position 4 Phoenix, but is it truly that worth it? That's the question. They might go down mid and maybe capitalize on that, maybe force him to buy back. They do have their buybacks, and there isn't really a lot that they can lose with doing this, so they can take down this tier 3 at least for sure.
Your admiral is on board.
Ready. Try his best. Oh, what? Did you see that? Franz was interrupted again with a couple of right clicks. He still gets it off before the boat connects, but he has to run away with it.
Phoenix did have to buy back though, so overall it's still kind of worth it for TFT. Phoenix though,
shit though, that predictive torrent.
He's doing it the whole time, like he's doing it the whole game. He's really good at it. They smoke up.
We're not a team that lets things go their way. We want to take matters into their own hands. With Roche having the potential of going up again. Hopefully short respawn this time, only 5 seconds on the clock. Skidder, he's on Roche duty, but oh, please hang out. Oh, please go back in. Thank you.
He's gonna go back in. They have the timer. They understand when it's gonna be up, so he goes back in. But TFT, they're wise enough. They know what's happening, but are they fast enough? That's the question. They had a similar, like you, I can remember the same exact situation in the last game, in which Troll was,
looking away. They see Necrophos put up on high ground, there, but the comes to actually deal with it. No vacuum back. Let's let the box bombs on top of him, and now Aegis G's a refresh shot secure. Necrophos, not very much alive. He's that counter speed, a lot of damage done towards Skidder. Let's get his ultimate off, start to run down Hanskid, and healing up a little bit more. So he's gonna be fine for the time being. Necrophos, not so much here. The person down with big crit from 9. Now Frost also trying to spin away, and the rest of his team is already count for the count. They finished up the Brew, they finished up the freaking Oracle sometime in the meantime. Doom gets dragged back though, he has to fight. Doom, good amount of control there. With the Wasp coming in onto the Kunkka. They do enough to bring him down, but the buyback's already forced out. Skidder is not done yet. Wants somebody down. Tanskin with a blink.
Everyone's flying back.
Flying back, what's freaking happening? Triple kill is back already from the Oracle. Skidder lifted up into the air, still holding on to the Aegis. That's a joke. In the middle of all of this here, scrambling to press all the buttons, come on cooldown as quickly as he can. But Beaver, he is real damage still here with Sunray. With so much percentage base damage, FNG low, but it's not that job. Setting up for a down tieback kill. On to Chessie now. This is coming ahead here. Frost dragged around, no spin, no onslaught, no nothing. That's a rampage for Skidder. Maybe a double one as the search forward. The nets are there. That's a second. It's just too much, and they're not even done yet. FNG with the ultimate ready to go. Jonas front goes down. Skidder starting the right clicks, and it's gonna be triple rampage. Might be a little bit too late. No, it is still the triple one. No, triple rampage to end the game. That is certainly a big green hero. It is Troll Warlord in full Hulk mode.
Yeah, that was just amazing fighting spirit, honestly. Second time in a row they catch them off guard with that rush. The scan was even used, but they still weren't able to smoke up to approach that pit from the right angle to actually have a decent fight around it. 2 times in a row, like, they just can't approach that troll while he's soloing the Roshan. And it's problematic also, by the way.